When you see a wolf, what do you think? Usually, a wolf in a story is the villain, like in Little Red Riding Hood or The Three Little Pigs. The story I want to share with you today, the wolves are the heroes. These set of books are written by Jean Craighead George. She is an author who spent 25 years researching, firsthand observing in an Eskimo village that would be near in San Francisco. And she writes this book in 1972, and it wins a Newbery Award for being the best book that year. She writes a sequel to it called Julie in 1994 about Julie living in a modern world, and then later in 1997 she writes Julie's Wolf Pack, and it follows the same group of wolves. So Julie flees her home because she's in an abusive relationship, and she ends up kind of in the wild, and she helps a wolf that is in trouble. So she helps this wolf pack, and they sort of adopt her into their pack. And the book talks about living in a modern world because she comes back to people and the challenges of interweaving the old ways and the new ways, the determination of the wolves to run wild and people being scared of wolves and trying to kill them. Where in Julie, she's back in civilization and she has to kind of adjust. So I just want to take a minute to show you a picture illustrated from this book. So this is up in the northern woods, and this is how they used wolves and sled dogs. And one of the other illustrations from this book is when she's befriending the cub of the wolf that she originally had helped in the first book. In the third book, there's a couple more illustrations that tell you about the story, the area in which the setting of the book, the where and the when, and tracing the wolf pack. A lot of people wrote to Jean Craighead George and said, I want to understand, so she made up what the facts were for the pack that she had been observing. And these are the wolves hunting the elk. That is their food. And what it would look like with the aurora borealis, which we all hope to see. On the back of this is a picture of Jean Craighead George with one of the wolves that she studied. I did get a chance to meet her in the early 90s, and she's an amazing author, and she talked about how she uses observation to write her books. In the front cover of Julie is a list of all the books that Jean Craighead George. She was a naturalist, so they're all about animals. They had animals that lived with them. That's a really funny book called Owl in the Shower, if you want to find out more about a naturalist. But these three books, Julie of the Wolves, Julie, and Julie's Wolf Pack, are excellent adventure readings. Check one out today.